Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie and I talk all things travel. So today we're going to take a look at two different but very similar backpacks. I know some of you were probably sitting there thinking, Allie, these backpacks are identical, and unless you really have a sharp eye, you're probably not seeing the couple very minor differences to the exteriors of these bags. So we'll get into those in just a second. But first, let me introduce the bag. This is the Bagsmart Blast 38-liter travel backpack that they're now calling the basic backpack on the website. I've had this backpack for about a year and I'm truly obsessed with it. It is my favorite budget backpack. I use it all the time. And this is the Bagsmart Blast Pro 38-liter travel backpack. I've had this for about a month now and have been using it, gosh, almost every day, mostly as like an everyday carry because I haven't had too many trips happening yet. But the good news is because it's so similar to this bag, I can already tell you right away that I love it as a personal item. I love it as a carry-on. For the sake of making it easy, we're going to call this one the Blast Basic and this one the Blast Pro. And before you come at me in the comments, yes, I know they do have another Blast Pro that does not look like this. It's a 40-liter. I don't have that one here to talk about today. We're going to talk about this one. So for the sake of making it easy, the Blast Basic, the Blast Pro. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so starting off with the exterior, it kind of feels like a little bit of a game of I Spy. So did you notice the very slight differences? Starting off with the logos. So as you can see with this logo, it's very minimal, sideways. Newer bag, the logo's definitely a lot brighter. I'm not a huge fan of this new logo. I really prefer this minimalist one. Continuing with the couple small differences, you may or may not, depending on how good my camera is, be able to tell that the materials on the bags are slightly different. Looking at the Blast Basic, this one is made out of nylon and the material is water resistant. However, the catch with this bag is that while the material is water resistant, the zippers are not. So if you do get caught in a rainstorm with this bag, it will soak through the zipper. Jumping over to the new Blast Pro, this one is made out of ripstop nylon with a PU coating that repels water, and it's got a polyester taffeta lining inside. Another slight difference that you wouldn't be able to tell just from sitting there watching this is the weight. So because it's different material, slightly different build, the weight is ever so slightly different. The Blast Basic comes in at about 2 pounds or about 900 grams, and the Blast Pro comes in at about 3.31 pounds or about 1.5 kilograms. So let's go ahead and finish looking at the exteriors of each of these bags, which honestly, pretty identical. And then we're going to dive into the inside where you're going to notice the other major differences. As we look at both of these bags, they actually are the exact same measurements. So you're looking at 12.2 inches times 16.5 inches times 8.1 inches on the original, aka the basic. If you're looking at that in centimeters, it's going to be 54 centimeters times 35 centimeters times 24 centimeters. And that's going to be when the bag is not expanded. So that's the 28-liter capacity. You expand the bag, it's going to take it to 38 liters. You're adding an additional 1.9 inches or about 5 centimeters. The Pro is going to be the exact same measurements. So either way, you don't have to worry. Let's start at the top. You can see they both have this really handy little compartment at the top. This is my favorite part about this bag, is this little compartment. Compartments are ever so slightly different, but very, very similar at the same time. Got too many things. Okay, so jumping to the top of the bag, you can see these pockets are literally identical. The only difference is that they have different zippers. Favorite thing about this backpack with this pocket is that it is so easy when it is under the seat to just unzip. And if you have snacks, like a charger, whatever, it's just easy access. Like this alone is the main reason why I recommend this bag to people. I love it. As we continue our tour around the bags, you can see they both have compression straps. So again, literally the same bag in terms of compression straps. They also have a water bottle pocket. This is slightly different. The basic can hold a 40-ounce water bottle. This one only holds a 30-ounce. Again, I also think too, this depends so much on how you pack these bags. What happens with both of these bags is that the material obviously like pushes out into this compartment. So at the end of the day, it really does come down to exactly how you pack it. But generally, in terms of depth, 40 ounces, 30 ounces. Similarities continue. They both have really nice mesh back panels that are very, very comfy. This one, the Pro, is slightly more padded. I think both on the back and on the shoulders, like ever so slightly more. Padding on this one's great, but this one I think is just a little bit better. We also have the sternum strap. Again, both of those have the sternum strap. They also have the trolley sleeve, which is just a basic ribbon, so nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. So on the back, we have this little kind of semi-hidden pocket on the basic one here. And this one goes to about here, so about there. Ooh, a little hard juggling two bags. There we go. And then jumping to the hidden pocket on the Pro, you can see the only major difference is that the basic has this little pull string and the Pro does not, which honestly, in my mind, just makes it feel a little more hidden. So again, just like the basic, it goes into about the middle of the bag. And then jumping to the other side, you can see again, we've got those compression straps on both bags, and we also have a lovely grab handle on each bag. And the grab handles, honestly, they're identical. My Blast feels slightly more padded, the basic one, over the Pro, which is surprising. I wouldn't have guessed that, but for some reason this one feels more padded. So on the original, aka the basic, you can see there's this front pocket here. It goes down to about there. There's also, just behind it, another pocket that goes the length of this. So this is typically where I'll stick like a Kindle or my book. Then jumping over to the Pro, it's kind of the same deal. You've got this pocket here, goes down to here. And then just behind it, you've got the same pocket on the Pro. And there are just a couple more things on the exterior we need to compare. Again, nothing too crazy. And again, very, very similar, if not almost identical. We've got the shoe compartments. They each have a shoe compartment. You're eagle-eyed, you can probably tell what the one and only difference is. It is these little stud things here. I don't know what they're called, but I think it's a small upgrade, but it is a thoughtful upgrade, especially if you use it for laundry. The next thing we're going to show is the laptop compartments, and these are ever so slightly different, but again, basically identical. Okay, so starting off, there is one major difference that I really don't understand why they decided on. I'm sure you can tell what it is. Basic over here has this netting, which is actually really handy if you're storing cables, chargers, things like that. This one, for some reason, this whole back panel, they've just not utilized it at all. Even if they weren't going to put in mesh pockets, I feel like they very easily could have just added like a material pocket or something, just a place to put paperwork. Jumping over here, the laptop compartments are basically identical. It fits a 15.6 laptop. There's also a second pocket that really easily fits a Kindle or an iPad. And in terms of padding on the back compartments, I would say again, literally pretty much the same bag. So jumping to the interiors of the bags, you can see again, very, very similar. I'm losing the Pro. However, the Pro has a couple new features that the Basic doesn't have. So let's start there. The major difference with these bags comes down to the divider inside the Pro. So the way this is set up, essentially you can just pop it up. And there's a couple different ways you can lay it depending on how much space you want your shoes to take up. So essentially you're just dividing your dirty clothes, your shoes, whatever, away from one another. And you just loop this through here and do it on the other side. And it creates this nice little barrier. One of my favorite things about the way they've designed this is that they've kept it really flexible. So depending on how you want to use it, you really don't have to if you don't want to. And to be honest, I don't really use it. I think it's a thoughtful feature, but for me, with packing cubes, it has to be very specific, so I prefer this open. If you do want the divider for organization, it's there, especially if maybe you're a newer traveler and you don't have travel cubes yet. This is a great way to stay organized. Jumping into the rest of the bag, you can see there's the shoe compartment, which feeds in here. There's also compression straps in both bags. So the compression straps here just run straight across, and the compression straps on this one run horizontally. The last detail to look at is the water resistant like little pocket bags up here. Again, super similar, almost identical. This one just feels like I could put it through a lot more, and I've been using it for a year, so I kind of have, and it's held up really well. This one, like, it still feels nice. It's just, it almost has more of like a satin feel to it. It's a little softer, definitely thinner. Okay, and next, just for the sake of comparison, we're going to do a little montage of packing each backpack, just so you can see a full side by side. Let's get started. So in our packing cube, we are going to pack a little black dress, a tan dress, a pair of white shorts, a white t-shirt, my pajamas, undergarments, 2 bikinis, a swimsuit that doubles as a bodysuit, and a cover-up. The key is going to be getting the Bagsmart Blast packing cube to compress. So let's see if we can get it to go. Here, let's just... So first we're gonna pack the Blast Basic. We're gonna put our Longchamp tote on the bottom. And next we're gonna put in our packing cube. We've got our Cadence capsule cube with our shampoo and toiletries. Here, our makeup bag. My Siri toothbrush, which I'm obsessed with. If you need a travel toothbrush, this is the one to get. Next, we're gonna open the shoe compartment and pack our sandals. Go. We got our sandals in our shoe bag, a beach blanket that we're gonna lay on top, got some liquid IVs and a little pill case, so I'm just gonna use this organizer up here for those. So that's the inside, and again, this is gonna be for a weekend in Miami, so nothing too hectic. Open this up. And see, if you pack the center too full, you do eat into this pocket a little bit. So we're just gonna push everything down in. Portable charger, headphones and a hair tie. We'll put that in this little netted pocket. I also have some lotion and chapstick we're gonna put in there. And in theory, my wallet would also go in here, but my wallet's in the car right now, so just pretend it's there. Got all of our charging cables, we're gonna just toss in here. My computer charging cable. Okay, charging cables and computer. Okay, now we're gonna pack the Blast Pro. Because of the packing cube, we're gonna have to do it on this one. So we'll just put those through and hold that up. There we go. Got our little built-in shelf. So we'll start with the Longchamp, get that in the bottom. Cube, which hopefully fits here. Yep, there we go. Sandals in here. Okay, and we'll put our makeup bag there. Our Cadence capsule bag here. There we go. Layer those. A toothbrush. And last is our beach blanket. Okay, this already feels so much fuller than that other bag, and the only difference is the divider. It's the same amount of space, but that divider's in there, which just makes packing it a little bit different. So let's go ahead and we're gonna stick, got our pill case, a couple liquid IVs. The thing I do like about these is they're a little more adjustable to hold stuff down. Okay, put in our headphones, hair tie, lip gloss and lotion. And then we'll stick our portable charger there, and we're gonna leave room to put in our wallet and sunglasses later. So we're gonna go ahead and put our laptop in. This is now the part that really annoys me, because we have all these chargers left, bunch of blank space over here and nowhere to put them versus that original bag that had that netting that made it so easy to pack. Okay, we got all of our cords to fit in this little bag. Shout out to the Globe Theater. If you know, you know, it's just a Shakespeare quote. All right, pop this back open. Just gonna slide it in there so it does fit, because again, we didn't fully pack this, but also slightly annoying that we need to bring a second little bag for our cords. Okay, so now that we've gotten to the end of the video, which backpack is your pick? Are you team basic or are you team pro? Personally, I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm a classic girl at heart. I still really love the basic. While I do love the pro, especially the new material and the fact that the zipper is now water resistant, there's just something about the classic, aka the basic. Maybe it's just the memories I've had with this bag so far. However, again, I do really love the new material, and I especially love that the zipper is now coated. Another thing that also made me choose team basic over team pro. I really feel bad calling this bag basic because it is anything but. The other reason I ended up picking the original is because of the laptop compartment. While they are very, very similar, I'm a girl that likes having her organization. So for me, having that mesh pocket at the back to throw all of my chargers and things into, big game changer on this one compared to this one. I don't know what went wrong, why they just decided to leave that back panel blank. I'd really love to know. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who likes the mesh pockets. Let me know in the comments below which bag you would pick. And if you have any questions about the bags, again, please let me know. I'm always happy to talk travel, especially luggage. If you are interested in purchasing either of these bags, please also check out the comments below. Please check out the description box. If you are interested in purchasing either of these bags, please check out the description box below. I do have affiliate links for both. It doesn't cost you anything extra and really helps out my channel. I'd massively appreciate it. I'll also try to get a discount code down there for you as well, so keep an eye out. If there is anything else you'd like me to review, or if you've got questions, please leave comments. I'm always happy to answer them. And if you'd like to read anything more about these bags, please check out my website, Ali Travels. I've got full reviews for both bags. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.